What's going on, my knights, and welcome to my review of the Nintendo Switch OLED model announcement trailer. So on Tuesday, I believe, they released a video on YouTube pretty much announcing their new Switch console. Unfortunately, it's not a Switch Pro, but we do have an upgrade to the Switch. So throughout this video, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to give my thoughts and kind of explain to y'all all the new features that'll be on the Switch. Okay, so we can actually see our first full shot of the Switch, which looks nearly identical to the former Switch. It's just that the screen is a lot bigger, which we will touch on in a minute. And we actually get to see kind of like a cutscene of Metroid Dread, which is Samus being chased around by this big robot thing, pretty much. But yeah, there isn't really any major differences added to the Switch. It's just that the screen is an inch or so bigger. So we finally get to the main selling point of the new Switch. It is a 7-inch OLED screen, which is an improvement from the 6.5-inch screen that is not an OLED off the old Switch. And if you don't know what an OLED screen is, well, you're pretty much kind of like me before I researched for this video. It's the same screen that is used on your phone, such as your iPhone or your Samsung, and it kind of just makes the, screen pop. It makes everything pop and look brighter. So after all these years, Nintendo finally listens to everybody and approve on the kickstand. So now the kickstand is a lot bigger, and it's not that little flimsy kickstand anymore. It took some steroids and got buffed up, and now it's about as big as the Switch itself. And you can pretty much turn the kickstand to a whole degree of different angles to suit your needs on however you want to play. Now we have enhanced audio, which I'm just gonna guess is gonna make the Switch sound a lot louder, so you don't have to turn it up all the way and probably blow out a speaker just trying to play some Mario Kart on an airplane or something like that. So that's a nice improvement. We also finally have a wire LAN port, so now you don't have to buy an entirely new cable just to play online games more efficiently. And we get a new look at the Switch dock, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe looks a lot better than the Switch dock. I think they updated it, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's more round, and I believe the logo is a lot smaller. So we finally get a release date for the new Switch, and it releases on October the 8th, which is the same day Metroid Dread releases. So I can only imagine that Metroid Dread will be probably packed in with the new console when it releases. And for our final shot of the trailer, we just have the Switch OLED model, or Switch Pro, whatever you want to call it, compared to the other Switches. Now, for the cream of the crop, the best part of the video, should you buy the Nintendo Switch OLED model? My final verdict, the council has spoken, and I believe you should not, I said should not, buy the Nintendo Switch OLED model. I'm just gonna call this a Switch Pro, because that is too long of a, that's a too long name. I'm just gonna call it the Switch Pro from now on. No, I do not think you should buy this you shouldn't buy this. You shouldn't buy a Switch Pro, mostly because the price tag. Now, it's $50 extra on top of a Switch. Now, the Switch really isn't really, how do I put it? Since it's a handheld, it's not really strong. The Switch, it is amazing for the type of games that it can play on the go, because back in the day we couldn't really play really good games on the go. So it's really nice to have a console that can play pretty much strong games, such as like Minecraft really well. You can play like the Mario games, they look fantastic. As you can see on screen, Breath of the Wild looks freaking amazing on the handheld. But the Switch isn't really, how do I put this? It isn't in like 4K, like not even 4K. It's not really good looking. So compared to like PlayStation 4 graphics or Xbox One graphics, remember, these consoles are now old. We have PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's, which can go into like 4K. I think even on the PlayStation box it says 8K. So like, consoles are improving, and a lot of the things Nintendo are constantly doing now, they're really far behind on. Now, if it had a kind of graphic improvement, then yes, number one, this console will be worthy of the name Pro. Number two, it will probably be worth that $50 price tag, maybe a $75 price tag. But we still have Joy-Con drift. We still have, you know, all these other problems. Like, they need to fix the Switch. And the main thing I'm kind of upset about is the Joy-Con drift itself. It's because you're probably going to spend more money on Joy-Cons than you would spend on video games a year. So, the thing is, they need to improve more on the Switch's functionalities and how strong the Switch can run. Yes, the OLED screen is good. And I would say if you don't own a Switch, this is probably good and worth it. But there are many accessories to soup up a normal Nintendo Switch. And, well, yeah, you can soup up a Nintendo Switch. You can make it stronger, add more storage. Yes, there's a storage improvement, but you can add more. And probably sometime in the future, there may be a way to increase the look of the Switch. The only main thing I would say to buy the Switch for is the OLED screen. That's the only thing. The kickstand, you can improve that with attachments. Nintendo has made LAN adapter attachments. If you don't want to add that to your dock, then yeah, I guess go ahead and get the Switch OLED model. But there really is no reason to get this. Now, as of recording this, there has been no press conference. Nintendo has only really spoken about the Switch in this trailer that we reviewed today. So maybe when they do a press conference, I will do a video on that, and then I will redo my verdict and my opinion from there. But for now, do not buy the Switch OLED model unless there's a price cut. That is the only reason you should probably buy it, or if you just don't want to buy the accessories to make your Switch better, then yeah. But as it stands, don't buy it, at least until they release a press conference or until the price changes. That's been my final verdict. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and have yourself a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.